How dare you drop stream? I'm worried it's my modem. I might have to look at a new one. Anyway, I guess we're back. I'm gonna tell this guy to become a member of the clergy.
Form you. 'Twould turn your mind away from vice and idle pursuits.
I see.
So, there is your answer.
Ah, yea. But do the stars give any additional reasons as to why I might pursue a career in the church? Aside from the fact of it being godly and such.
Well, my chart does also suggest that doing so would enhance your eligibility as a suitor. For taking orders would serve as a signal of your wisdom and virtue.
Oh, verily?
Aye, it says here that if you become a clergyman, yes, that God will reward you with ladies.
God's underlumps! And to think all the hours I've wasted learning to play the lute for such a purpose. I thank you, Foreman, for you have helped me find my true calling.
Yeah, true calling.
I shall take holy orders and begin dispensing wise counsel and spiritual guidance to all the ladies of London.
I didn't get it. Oh yeah, I already got it. Okay, cool.
Here comes crafty Emma. What does she ask for now? Many times I'll be needless.
I knew she was a killer.
What does she ask for now?
What if she wants like a way to kill her husband?
God give you good day, madam.
Good
Zero.
day to you, sir, and well met.
And how fares your husband, Lady Dyer? I recall you were worried for his health.
Lord Dyer fell into the Thames and drowned while we were taking a turn along the towpath.
No.
Such a shame he had the habit of carrying his rock collection around in his doublet, or else he might not have sunk straight to the bottom of the river.
His rock
collection.
you say?
Aye, an unfortunate choice of hobby as it turned out, but there you are.
There you are.
And, Lord Dyer's family, did they not find the circumstances of his death a trifle peculiar?
Aye, just a trifle. Methinks they would have been far less suspicious had he died of a medical complaint.
Well, I am sorry to hear of your husband's passing, but, madam, are you quite well? You do not seem yourself this day, if I may remark on it.
Dr. Foreman, I am more myself than you have ever seen me, for during these past years I have been playing a role that has served me well, to be sure, but I am grown tired of it.
Okay.
Indeed, I am not proud of my dissembling. I'm not proud of some other things besides.
And doubtless you are come to unburden yourself by confessing your, what those things are.
What? Nay, of course not.
Of course
As
not.
I was saying, whilst my dissimulations have afforded me wealth and status, such a life as I have lived has not fulfilled me. For though I have been married many times and known many men, I have always lacked one important thing.
A moral compass?
And that thing is love.
Love, of course.
I have found love, Dr. Foreman. And the object of my affection is not one of these privileged popinjays I've met at the royal court.
Okay.
Nay, 'tis a real man. A man who knows what it is to make his own way in the world.
Okay.
You mean to say... You mean you and I?
Verily, upon seeing him play Tamara in Titus Andronicus at the Globe one even...
Oh, okay.
Well, my heart was took.
I see. You are in love with a player then, I take it.
Aye, and I wish to marry him. But first, I would know whether such a match be advisable. Is our love true, or is my considerable coin and property where his true affections lie? Such a deception would not surprise me in truth.
Well, nay, doubtless it would not. Let us see whether the stars can tell us.
Dang it. There's no way I can achieve 100%. or 100 points here. He hides evil intentions. Her head has been turned and she's deluded in her hopes. The mind of Emma's beloved is on the coin. If Emma and I were romantic partners, I would not trust her. Emma's duty as a wife would be impossible to fulfill. It's cruel to deprive a man of children. A marriage between Emma and her beau would be faithful and enduring. Emma's relationship with her young man has changed her. I'm gonna take this. I want to believe in her future.
The stars bless the match between you and the young man.
They do not think it would be bad for him in some way. They do not judge.
The chart indicates that your relationship with this young man has changed you. It would be a faithful, lasting marriage.
Verily? I must own I dared not expect such a happy ending to my story. I thank ye heartily, Dr. Foreman.
Oh, dang, only 35. It wasn't worth it. I'm not gonna get it. I shall this even to the playhouse go, ask Humphrey to ask me to marry him.
Humphrey Bell,
Of course, it's Humphrey.
is close. Though your acting is fine, you wear too many clothes. 'Tis hot, revive, no, sit down, recline upon this couch and take a little wine.
Good day, Mr. Bell. I see here in my notes the last time you came to us for counsel regarding Mistress Burbage and her tender advances.
Aye, and your advice to be dominating her were very well. This made Mr. Burbage start seeing me in a whole new light, innit? It
Yeah.
was well impressed when I told her to go make me some pottage for rehearsal.
If you are so eager to comport yourself like a man, Humphrey, methinks 'tis time you did so upon the stage.
Yeah.
So, as well as resolving the matter with Mistress Burbage, you have also been promoted to playing male roles now. On my word, that is very well to hear.
'Tis about another lady I'm come this day. 'Tis a member of the audience who comes to all my performances and brings me flowers and sweetmeats. A mature lady. A widow, innit?
Another one. On my word, you are most ill-fortuned, Mr. Bell. Verily, are no young players safe these days from being preyed upon by lecherous old ladies?
'Tis not all ladies, Dr. Foreman. Not this one, anyways. Emma ain't like any of the other ladies I've met. In truth, Dr. Foreman, we wish to be wed. I love her, innit?
Then what is your trouble?
Well, I've heard tell of some vexing things. There are them that say she has a heart of stone and only marries to get her hands on a man's money. Though I have none, she be rich. But she has been widowed many times, and there's even a rumour saying she's had a hand in her husband's deaths.
Oh, verily? How shocking.
I must own to being a trifle shook by it, and maybe a bit excited as well, but mainly shook, innit?
Mainly shook, yeah.
You are, for 'tis most frightening if there be any truth to these rumours. We must consult the stars and see whether it be wise for you to marry. Should Humphrey Bell wed this wealthy widow, and what will become of him if he does?
Yes, please, let us give some happiness to the story. The lady's psychotic instincts regarding the amassing of wealth have changed. The rumors about the lady are cruel. Humphrey can expect a pleasant inheritance from the lady. She's rich. In time, and if he keeps faith, Humphrey will have children with this lady. The lady has a creative approach to marriage and is not to be trusted. A death will occur on the couple's honeymoon. Beneath her gentle exterior, the lady harbors hidden motives. Yeah, but what could she possibly want from this? I think she's changed. Yeah. Let's go for a change and love.
Mr. Bell, it has been my privilege to guide you over the years in matters of work and in life. Wisely, I hope, but certainly with the greatest sense of care for your well-being. Indeed, I have come to think of you as a father might think of a son. 'tis a responsibility I have not taken lightly, and in loco parentis, as it were, I feel an obligation to...
Sir, begging your pardon, sir, but I'm going to stop you right there because I need to know, innit? Should I marry Emma or not?
Yes, I believe you may safely marry this lady, Mr. Bell. The stars suggest the rumours you did hear about her are needlessly cruel.
So this all lies then?
Well, not quite all lies, nay. The stars do also indicate that the lady was formerly most fixated upon the acquisition of money, though 'twould seem she no longer harbours such pecuniary passions, such as is consistent with her desire to marry a penniless player such as yourself.
Sir, then 'tis decided. I shall marry my dear, sweet Emma. I'd be honoured if you came to see us wed, Dr.
Yes, we're going to a wedding.
Easy in that.
The honour shall be all mine, young Humphrey.
Hey, I got a letter. Oh man, Mary, you're bringing me down.
Fighting pits, she prefers a hanging, though she readily admits. Fueled after drinking turnip wine until she's off her farm. La 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 la.
Good morrow, Mistress Payne. It has been quite some time since I last saw you. Did you ever hear from the Archbishop? I recall your husband was intending to write to him, expressing your concerns about the Continentals.
Aye, we did write, but he never replied. Not that I am surprised, mind you, as they
Shocking.
do say that Archbishop Whitgift is a very idle man, not to speak of the unsavoury goings-on within the walls of Lambeth Palace. They say that in the great dining hall the Archbishop and his guests do feast and carouse from dusk till dawn, and 'tis said that in some of the palace rooms they indulge in fornication and sodomitical sins.
Verily, indeed. Then, doubtless that leaves him very little time to reply to every...
Truly, methinks being surrounded by such decadence and corruption of the flesh is likely to have made the Archbishop very hard. Aye, bearing witness to so much vice would make a man very hard indeed. Hard, Dr. Foreman? Insensible to the needs and difficulties of ordinary folk such as you and I. Verily, I do not wonder that such a hard man gave me no satisfaction. Which is why I am come to you this day, Dr. Foreman. Something did trouble me last night, and I would have you tell me what it might have been.
I will if I can, madam. Prithee, describe it to me.
Well, at first was the noise of a boat that did awaken me. I got up out of bed and went to the window to see what was. As you know, on 4th Street we are right by the banks of the Thames. In the moonlight, I could just make out a ferry crossing the river, loaded up with large barrels.
And you thought it suspicious?
Aye, indeed, for the hour was very late and the boat's lamp was not lit. I did not wake Mr. Payne to ask his opinion, for, in truth, he has told me he wishes to hear no more about the things I see from our window. So, I am come to you, for I can have no rest until I know who those men were and what they were doing. Who knows what foul deeds may be afoot in Lambeth Town? Mayhap the men I saw were Catholic spies, engaging in some manner of nefarious plot against the realm.
Then let's
Of course.
see. What does God have to say regarding this boat you saw crossing the Thames last night? Was it some kind of elaborate Catholic plot, or is there a more likely explanation?
Yo, am I getting money for this? Mistress Payne is unpleasant and delusional. She wants to change the world. That is the legacy she intends to leave. Mistress Payne is unhappy with her children. They are doubtless grown up and are now neglecting her. The goods the boat were transporting were of questionable provenance. The boat's journey was undertaken for evil purposes. The information should be reported to the authorities, ideally a friend or acquaintance with some connection to them. The ambitions of disloyal, untamed forces are at play here. Again, I don't think I'm going to get this letter. 40. I'm going to say, your kids don't like you anymore.
Madam, We must approach this in a calm, reasonable manner. If a grand plot against the realm were afoot, is it likely that it would be taking place at the end of your street? How now, Mistress Payne? There is surely a perfectly innocent explanation for a boat with a broken lamp crossing a river at night.
Then the stars say it was no Catholic plotters at work.
Mistress Payne, I must wonder whether there be a reason for your grand imaginings of Catholics around every corner plotting against the English realm. Might this fixation be occasioned by painful affairs close to home that you would rather not think on? For instance, mayhap you have a son who has lately not writ you a letter. I do assure you, loneliness at your time of life is quite normal. Many women in your situation do oft call upon their doctors when they feel...
Hold, sir. I am a very busy woman and I take my responsibility to my community most seriously. I have not the time for, nor do I appreciate your idle speculations regarding my domestic affairs. Mark me, Dr. Foreman, if it verily was a band of Catholic conspirators I saw last night, 'twill not be the last we hear of them.
Well, she didn't like that, but... Oh, man. She's gonna come back. What was the name they called the Continentals in the pamphlets I read? Waffle-faced tulip huggers?
Hear ye, hear ye! Catholic terror plot to blow up Parliament foiled! Gunpowder barrels discovered in cellar! Hear ye!
Whoops. Disturbing reports just in from Westminster that barrels of gunpowder were discovered in a cellar under the Houses of Parliament late last night. Sources indicate that this gunpowder plot was a Catholic conspiracy led by Robert Catesby and assisted by a Continental by the name of Guido Fawkes.
'Tis well to jest at Mary Payne, 'tis well to sneer and mock, until her views become the norm, then 'twill be quite a shock. But for now let's laugh at how her niece laughs. How her niece laughs, la 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 la.
Good day, Mistress Payne. You seem in good cheer.
That I am, Dr. Foreman. This day I am taking my niece on a lovely outing to see the cockfighting in Vauxhall.
Why?
There is a cockpit in Vauxhall now, is there?
Aye, and a very fine one. And I did think we need a nice day out to turn our minds away from that terrible affair of the Catholics plotting to blow up the Houses of Parliament. And my niece does so love the cocks.
Doubtless, madam. And the gunpowder plot was indeed a terrible business.
They say it was the doings of a group of young Catholic nobles from the Midlands, do they not? And that the gunpowder was ferried across the Thames at Lambeth under cover of darkness. Doubtless, 'twas the very same boat I did tell you about, Dr. Foreman. And as I recall, 'twas your opinion that what I saw was naught but an idle fancy.
Yeah.
Oh, my honour, Dr. Foreman, I warrant you would not be so quick to dismiss my concerns now. Indeed, after this frightening affair with the gunpowder, many folks in Lambeth are paying heed to my warnings about Catholics and Continentals.
Doubtless, madam, but this day your concern should be your health. For I do remark that your eyes are red and irritated in appearance, and you seem troubled with a hacking cough. For how long have you had these troubles?
Only these past few days, and as well as my eyes and my cough, I do also find it a trifle vexing to breathe.
Then let us now consult the stars. What ails Mistress Mary Payne?
You got a cold? Bloodshot eyes from staying up all night, I assume. Inhalation of noxious odors. The green sickness, a disease that can provoke short-windedness owing to a buildup of venereal frustration. Hard to breathe. She's the one who said it was hard to breathe, but that would also be in noxious odors, so I'll take this one too. Or this one.
Madam, your symptoms are occasioned by noxious odours. Most likely you did lately inhale a large volume of smoke. Mayhap your chimney requires cleaning.
Indeed it does not, Dr. Foreman. My cleanliness is unimpeachable. I have my maidservants scour the house from top to bottom every day.
Ah, then I cannot be sure what has occasioned your... Hold. What is that acrid odour? Methinks it does emanate from your clothing. Madam, have you been taking part in the anti-Catholic pogroms that Lambeth has witnessed these past days? The burning of houses and shops, the lynching of priests from trees upon Lambeth Green.
Mayhap I have, and what of it? You should be congratulating me and my ilk for keeping you safe, and for sending a clear message to those Catholics who would plot against our Parliament and blow us up with gunpowder.
Madam, these Catholics are our neighbours, our colleagues, and our friends. I beseech you to consider your actions, madam. Are not Catholics people too, just as we are? If you prick them, do they not bleed?
Aye, and their flesh does burn the same and all. I fear I do not follow your reasoning, Dr. Foreman.
Are they not subject to the same diseases, healed by the same cures as we are? And if not cured, then, alas, taken so soon, so needlessly. I did never have the chance to... Oh, my sweet Avis, can you ever forgive me?
Is something the matter with you, Dr. Foreman? On my honour, you do seem most troubled. Mayhap you should be going to consult with a doctor yourself. God keep you well, Dr. Foreman. Blessed day.
Get out of my shop. I don't want your letter.
Hear ye! Hear ye! London struck by plague. Playhouses closed by order of the king. Hear ye!
Be advised that if you are experiencing any of the following plague symptoms, fever, abdominal pain, lumps on your groin, oozing foul pus, send word to local authorities and a team of carpenters will be dispatched to your place of residence to board up your house so that you may not roam about infecting others. Please ensure dead loved ones are ready to be deposited in the plague cart when it passes each evening. Corpses deposited on the street outside of collection hours will incur a fine of 1 shilling.
He hath wrought his vengeance and justice, pestilence, and death, Lord with God, forsooth, is that not your job?
God give you good day, your grace. How fare you this...
Know you whether the plague will reach as far as Lambeth? Have you seen it in the stars?
Ah, the plague that has begun to spread throughout London. Rest assured, your grace, if the plague does indeed reach Lambeth, the people of Lambeth will have me, Dr. Simon Foreman, at their service. My renowned strong water cure will doubtless be required.
I bid you, read the stars for me now. Will or will it not reach Lambeth?
Of course, as it pleases your grace. Let us see what the stars have to say.
I mean,
Will
of course
the
it will.
London plague reach beyond the city walls to Lambeth?
Rumors of the plague reaching Lambeth are not credible. Death from plague is God's punishment for our sins. The Archbishop has nothing to fear from the plague, but he has but to exercise patience that the threat will pass. It is the Archbishop's duty to stay in Lambeth and help fight the plague. The Archbishop must embark upon a voyage. Lambeth society may be peaceful now, but people can behave unpredictably during a grave health crisis. So I can tell him to run, even though he shouldn't. I could tell him everything will be fine. I'm gonna tell him to run just because I might survive the plague, and I want my license.
Ah, yes. The stars are most clear on the matter. Very clear indeed.
Then what do they say? Tell me.
Well, before I give you my answer, I would have your decision on granting me that medical license we spoke of on your previous visits. I am sorry, Your Grace, but I must insist upon it.
I would gladly do so, but I find my hands tied due to various episcopal and doctrinal... as I see you are determined not to
You
let
say
the
that a
matter
lot.
rest, I will speak true. Some years ago, the Queen's physician, Dr. Richard Smith, did write me a letter on behalf of the College of Physicians. He warned me in the strongest terms against granting you a medical license. So you see, I cannot grant you a license without raising the ire of the College of Physicians.
But...
Now, Dr. Foreman, doubtless you are thinking that a man of my position, one of the most powerful men in England, should not be so easily put off by such a letter. However, and methinks you know this from your own experience, the college is a terrifying organization that will stop at nothing to get their way. One would be better off defying the Queen herself than the licensed doctors of London. For whilst our Lord God in heaven may be merciful, the College of Physicians is not.
I shouldn't have told him to
I
run.
must own that what you
I should have told him to stay.
But mayhap I will furnish you with a letter of recommendation to the University of Cambridge. They may confer upon you a medical degree, and thereby a medical license.
I thank you, Your Grace.
Now, prithee, answer my question.
I have bad news, Your Grace. Lambeth will not escape the plague this time. Things are quiet now, but as I learned during the plague of '92, events may change apace. You must leave Lambeth before it's too late.
I feared as much. I must begin preparations for the removal of the palace household to Sussex.
Before you go, Your Grace, I believe you were intending to write me a letter of recommendation.
Well...
This
I will
douche.
reflect on the quality of advice you have given me over the years, and if I judge that you have acted with some skill, then I will have my new chaplain, Lancelot Moore, draft you a
Lancelot,
letter
of course.
recommendation and have it sent to you. Good day, Dr. Foreman.
I think I got it. I mean... Yeah! I'll deliver a sermon on the lessons we might learn from Noah and the flood. Okay, cool.
Though he is not quite a proper doctor yet, one day a license he will surely get. But if he rises up to high from whence he began, will be common folk still see fallen as a man.
Did I not get it?
You cannot board up my house! 'Tis not a plague house! You are mistaken! I do not have the plague! Let me out of here! Know you not who I am, you fools? I am Simon Foreman, Doctor of Astrology and Physic! Fie upon those ungrateful wretches! Have I not always been there for them when they needed me? Am I not the doctor who risked his life to cure them during the plague of '92, when all the other doctors and their high-born friends fled London and left them to die? Indeed, mayhap next time I will think again before risking my life in the service of the townsfolk, if this is the way I'm to be repaid. And forsooth, if my deeds are so easily forgotten by the living, what chance is there for my work to be remembered by generations to come? What will the world know of me once I'm gone?
Well, there's a song about you, bro. How will I be remembered after I die? Quiet violence exacted by a genteel woman with hidden motives. I will be remembered for having given something valuable to a psychopath to hide somewhere. Forsooth, how strange. Whatever could it be? A potion comprised of costly ingredients? My name will be mentioned in court during a famous legal battle. It will be a long time before my ingenious contributions are properly recognized by historians. My relationship with myself will change when I embark upon a voyage. To wit, my death will occur while traveling. Good angels will ensure the manner of my death serves as a testament to the intelligence, accuracy, and soundness of my methods as an authority in the field of astrological science. I mean, clearly this one.
What does this say? I will die while on a voyage. But I never go on voyages, unless taking a boat across the Thames counts as such. I believe I have just predicted the manner of my own death. Well then, I had better note that down in my casebook, so that after my death 'twill be clear how truthful and accurate my astrological predictions verily are. For indeed, 'tis sure that after my death, my casebooks will be pored over and studied with great interest. For though I may yet lack a medical license, the historical importance of my work is, well, 'tis undeniable. But if I am to go forth into the world to make any further contributions to the advancement of medical science, I must find a way to pry these wretched boards off my front door. William! William! Fetch me a crowbar!
Ago in England in 1592, there begins our tale, and all of it is true.
All of it's true.
All of London, bubonic plague did spread, covering folk in weeping sores and leaving thousands dead.
From towns and cities, doctors they did flee, leaving their patients to die in misery.
But one brave doctor stayed when all the
Yo, those are the singers, I think.
because he was too sick to leave his bed.
Foreman made a plague cure and used it on himself, then left his house to rest.
Oh, those are the actors. Those people before. So these are the singers.
Huzzah! 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 Huzzah!
Simon Foreman, he cured us of the plague, 'tis true.
Some details are a little vague, but we know he used astrology and knows his own from water. So what if he be not a proper licensed doctor?
But then the doctors started to come back and saw themselves replaced by a man they called a quack. They said
This man has no medical degree. He treats his patients with bad astrology. So woman
to
bow.
get his license and make a doctor see that he was now the best doctor in the city. I will pay no heed,
He said,
said, to those who scoff and laugh.
for my satisfied pain.
So it's true? I guess. We did it! Completed a game! That's because I only finish games. I never start anything without intending to finish it. I never bounce from one thing to another, and I got the staying power, you know? Wow. And although I didn't earn a medical license, I did save several people from some things. With the star's help, of course, because I'm a scientist and a doctor, technically not, but, you know, kind of iffy, vague. I'm bummed that the stream dropped right before the end. Like, that sucks. So now I have hours and hours of the game, and then the very, very end is clipped off, you know? Oh well. Whew. Another game checked off the list. Learned a lot about England. Learned a lot about Ireland. Learned a lot about the stars. Didn't learn a lot about medicine, I feel like. Learned a lot about Shakespeare. Well done, everyone. What do I do? I mean, I'm just checking off games right and left. Soon I won't have a library. There's only like 1,119 more games to go. a good game. I recommend it. Very funny. Cool. I guess it's time to go. I'm leaving. Have a wonderful whatever it is. Join us next time for beating another game. I have some funny ideas for the end of this week. So look for that. Until then, games. Good night. Good luck. You're great. I appreciate you. Bye.